Good evening, everyone. It's 7:30. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Roll call: William Johnston.
Here.
Thomas Graffinino.
Here.
Lynn Colligan.
Here.
Lisa Kreckler.
Here.
And Phil DiOrio is here. And Stephen Kiley is attending via Zoom. First order of business is to review and approve the July 26, 2023 minutes.
So moved. Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Okay. We have two applications tonight.
Under the moment.
Oh, I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah. Sorry. We're going to have a moment of silence here for Jim Doherty, who passed away this week, and he was a former supervisor, former chair of the what's the name of that committee? 2% committee?
Community Preservation Fund.
It's a preservation fund. Jim did a lot of good stuff here on this island, so let's give him a moment of silence here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. On to business. First order of business, we have two applications. We have, the first is Shanker at 12 Tar Kettle Road. Christina, you have the...
Hearing on the application of David Shanker, owner of 12 Kettle Road, Shelter Island, New York, which is Zone C residential nearshore overlay district and is more specifically described on the Suffolk County tax map as 700-23-1-6. The applicant is seeking variances from Shelter Island Town Code, section 133-10B5A, 22.3 front yard setback from Tar Kettle Road for proposed one-story addition where 30 is required. Additionally, a special permit is required pursuant to section 133-23A in order to alter or expand the pre-existing non-conforming dwelling. Correspondence of support was received from Charles Murica and Christina Roy, 14 Tar Kettle Road.
Someone here to present?
Yes, that's me. Hi, ZBA.
Hello.
And
State your name for the record, please.
David Shanker, owner of 12 Tar Kettle Road. And let me say hello to my family out in Zoom land if you're there. All right, so first, let me thank Christina. There you are.
Yeah.
For all the help in getting us prepared. It's pretty complicated. We've never done this before. So the house we're talking about, 12 Tar Kettle Road, was built in 1949 or 1950. Changed much. Family purchased it in 1971. It was a small cottage with 2 tiny bedrooms. It still has 2 tiny bedrooms. We've been coming out here for over 50 years. We raised our family here. Our children are grown, married, and have children of their own. We have 3 grandchildren. When we're all together, that's 9 people that need a place to sleep. Some in cribs, some in pack-and-plays, as much room as better. So we can't have my whole family together at the same time. There's no room. My children and their families do come out and sleep in a friend's house. That's not what a home is supposed to be. We're semi-retired. We currently spend at least 6 months out here. We want to spend more time here and share this time with the whole family together. We need more bedrooms. That is why we're here tonight requesting a variance. We have had 2 renovations. In the 1980s, we had a deck extended and a new sunroom was converted from the old deck. In 2001, we had a deck enlarged. And the house was extended on one side to make room for a new kitchen and 2 bathrooms. But we still have those 2 tiny bedrooms. We knew we would need to expand the house again to make 2 more bedrooms, and this would require a new nitrogen treating septic system, or IA as it's called. So 2 years ago, we applied to the DEC and the Suffolk County DOH, and in April, the installation was finished, fully operational. I just want to restate that. We have installed the IA even before we had a permit. We did the right thing for the environment, no matter what. So now we need a variance to extend the house to the other side. We're Zone C residential, that requires a 30-foot setback, we're 22.3, and we need 7.7. We want to keep the original line of the house contiguous with the extension. We can't build into the front yard, that's where the wetland is, and that's where the IA is. Let me provide some additional context with this handout of visuals that my wife Fran will give out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, figure one shows the neighborhood, so to speak. Notice how we will not be building out to the water like many of our neighbors. This allows rainwater to return to the aquifer. Figure two shows the house and the space where the proposed extension will be built. That is where the boat is being stored for the winter. Notice that there will be no vegetation that will need to be removed. In fact, after the renovation, we plan on planting property line trees. Figure three gives you an idea of what space the proposed extension will be. Figure four is the house from the road. Notice the space available for the proposed extension. We will keep the roof line the same. Figure five shows the proposed extension outlined in red. Figure six shows the interior ceiling of the house, and why we can't build a second story. It is the original open ceiling, and we want to preserve that. Also, after speaking to a builder, the second story will cost about 50% more than the proposed extension. Finally, you have a copy of the letters of support for this project from both my adjacent neighbors. In summary, we need more bedrooms. That is what this proposed extension will provide. We require a variance for the front setback on one side only, the proposed extension side. This will protect the open space of the wetland in the front yard. We've already installed an IA system, it's already functioning. This project poses no threat to the environment. In fact, as I just mentioned, it will have a positive effect, and we will plant new trees. And we have the support of our neighbors. Next summer, we would like to have a celebration that can end with the whole family sleeping together under one roof.
You said you're going to plant more trees. Where are they going to be?
They'll be on the property line with the adjacent property, 14 Tar Kettle. The one from the roadside to the left.
Okay, and are they shown anywhere on any of these plans?
No, I didn't know that it's something that needed to be shown.
I would just request that before our work session that you submit something to us that shows specifically the trees that you're speaking about putting in there.
There would be, some type of property line tree, privet hedge. Something.
Right, I just, if you just submit us a little something before the work session, that'd be great.
There you go.
And the height.
Right, so that's the diameter of the things that you're going to plant, and then the height that they're going to go in.
Go in at.
Okay, and so if you're planting 6-foot trees, it has to say 6-foot tree, 6-inch caliper or whatever it might be.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
And is there any
And the
buffer?
species.
Sorry. Is there a buffer there right now?
No,
Okay.
Well, the overgrown hedge, is that what you're looking at, Tom?
On the
Plan?
left, to the left side of the boat.
Well, it says in the plan,
Yeah,
6-foot overgrown hedge.
Yeah, but a lot of times you get to see through that.
Yeah,
It's brush.
right, okay.
I mean, for me, it's a modest house, and even after it's done, it's still going to be a modest
Yeah.
house.
Yes.
I think it's pretty thoughtfully done here.
Yeah.
Are you keeping the same amount of bathrooms? Are you adding
No,
bathroom
adding-
within the addition? So you're adding one more bathroom?
that's correct.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that.
So the total add here is 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, is that correct?
The total add, the 2 current will be enlarged somewhat, and then 2 additional,
Okay.
for a total of 4 bedrooms.
And then you'll have 3 bathrooms or 4?
That's correct, 2 full and 1 half,
Oh,
So it's gonna be 2.5 then.
2.5.
Anybody else have any other
no, it's
questions?
straightforward.
Yeah, and 4 bedroom.
And, go ahead.
On the two pools, is one of them the existing one and the one for the new IA is the two cesspools that are on this drawing right here?
He put a whole new
I
system.
know he put a whole new IA. Is the other one
They're gone.
gone? So both of these off of this current system? I see one past
Those are
the,
old, so there's also a health department permit in your application, there should be one that shows the IAs. It's like a cluster.
There it is. There it is. Yep.
I have another question. With this extension, I can see even when I went by today, like you use that side yard for like car parking, and I see the boat, and there's the boat in the photo. If you move the house over that far, do you anticipate like driving through that little area to bring the boat in and out, or are you going to park, the driveway's going to remain in
Yeah,
front?
That's a good question. We haven't quite figured all of the details out, but there should be enough room for the two cars. The boat, maybe on the other side.
Okay.
And so that concrete driveway will remain?
That's not, there's no concrete driveway, that's just gravel. I had the surveyor put that in there.
Oh, okay. No other driveways planned?
Not at this time, no.
Anyone else have any more questions?
No.
No,
Thank you.
thanks very
Does
much.
anyone else here wish to speak on this application?
Yes, please.
Please. Step up and state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is David Hoffman. I'm on the 40 South Midway Road. I'm on the island for 32 years, so I figure I've graduated from.
Were you here
tourist
recently?
To visitor. I was here for a hearing on Shelley Darkamble's application.
Okay.
And I'm here to support David and Friends' application and to say a little that David is too modest about regarding his contribution to the island and the importance of keeping people like David and Fran on the island in homes that they can afford to maintain. David was one of the early volunteers for the Menands Creek Keepers Conservancy, which was just recently incorporated and is part of the town's environmental conservation movement, and he is our scientific monitoring officer. So he actually collects the data from our water quality monitoring and recording equipment. And it's been just absolutely terrific to work with David and to be friends with Fran. And I can give my personal unbiased opinion that their grandchildren are absolutely adorable and brilliant and will make valuable contributions to the island for generations to come. And I will say, to the point about my previous testimony before this body, that it's important to enable people to stay in family homes, to discourage what happens all too often, which is homes get knocked down and even bigger homes get built, albeit within the existing zoning rules, but they get much larger. And so I hope the board will take into consideration the importance of maintaining long family connections to the island. There's mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone in Zoom land wish to weigh in on this? You see a hand up there at all, Christina?
No.
Okay. So I'd like to close this hearing if everybody's good with that. And
Pending submission of the.
yeah, wait, one sec. I'm going to close the meeting. Pending submission of a vegetation plan,
Not the meeting,
the hearing, sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry, been reading too many emails today. Prior to September 13th, September 20th, we will have a work session to discuss your application. So we need the landscaping plan by the 13th. If you don't think you can do that, we can, give it another month. No, okay, so.
Let me just clarify what the requirement is. done by a professional, or is it something I can add to a currently existing survey?
Or narrative,
Or
or just a
narrative?
description.
Oh, what?
Or a narrative, a description?
No, it's a,
No, no.
not a narrative.
It has to appear on the,
And what happens
Plans.
if we don't do landscaping? I mean, what happens if we decide right
But-
here and there not to do landscaping for another 2 years or something like that?
Well, part of the presentation was that you were going to do landscaping. I'm just saying, look,
I mean, I didn't even know he was gonna discuss that, so it's not, it hasn't.
ma'am, if you want to come up and speak, please do. Come to the podium, identify yourself for the record. That, it just,
Hi, my name is Fran Shanker.
Okay.
Tark Hill Road. About the landscaping, I don't really want to make that an issue because we haven't spoken about it. I have no idea what the landscaping is going to be. It's not going to be for another probably 2 years, I think. Right now.
If an applicant brings it up, then we require a vegetative plan, that's why, so.
so would you like to withdraw the premise of installing some landscaping?
I'd like to withdraw the premise of landscaping, please.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, so we're going to close this hearing. Other than written correspondence, which we will accept until September 13th, and we will discuss this application at our September 20th meeting. Work session, sorry, boy.
Yeah, works.
Okay. We're good on that one?
Yeah,
Okay. Next up, we have 6 Meadow Place, McCarthy. They're requesting an extension of variances that they received for 6 Meadow Place. Christina, do you want to read that?
Sure. Whitney McCarthy has applied for a special permit and a variance at 6 Meadow Place, Shelter Island Heights, New York, which is within the AA River 8 zoning district near shore overlay, specifically described on the Suffolk County tax map as 706-3-11. Whereas the zoning board of appeals granted the request for a special permit and variances on August 25th, 2021, and where the applicant has previously requested 1-year extension from the zoning board and was granted on March 23rd, 2022, and expires on August 25th, 2023. This board considered the request and determined that there have been no significant changes in the circumstances or law which would require further review of the approval, so that a 1-year extension is appropriate. Now, therefore, being resolved that the board hereby grants a 1-year extension to the original variance, which will now terminate on August 25th, 2024, unless prior to termination, the owner has obtained a building permit.
Okay, so now, is everybody good with this?
yes.
Now, they had 2 parts to this project, the house and the garage. House has been completed. We're moving on to the garage. There were actually 2 separate lots because of a Heights paper road. And at this point, they're going to finally the house is done and they want to get started on the garage. I'm fine with giving them another 1-year extension.
yep, it's fine.
Okay, so we're going to have a roll call vote for this. For the,
1-year extension.
yes.
William Johnson, third, yes.
Thomas Graffino, yes.
Lynn Colligan, yes.
Mr. Freckler, yes.
Phil Diorio, yes. So now we are going to close that hearing and we are going to open up a little work session. We're going to discuss, we have a gentleman, Mr. Alex Stoneman, who is requesting that we hear an appeal of a amended building permit issued to some folks who are in the middle of building a house. They came to the ZBA about 4 years ago and got a special permit from us. And
5.
what's that?
5.
5 years ago?
It started 17, I believe.
Okay, so, but they got their permits, then things got slowed down by COVID. The house has been moving along with fits and starts. But their building permit was about to expire, and so they went to renew it, and they amended it because they made some changes, but all the changes are nothing that was in the setback, nothing that adds to any of the bulk of the nonconformity. There's something in the town code. Did you look that up?
Yeah, I did. So I'm in the town code, chapter 133, dash 32, and it's B, section B. It says appeals. The zoning board of appeals may hear, under the appeals section, the zoning board of appeals may hear and decide appeals from and review any order, requirement, decision, interpretation, or determination made by the building inspector / zoning officer. So it says we may hear and decide appeals.
So we're not required to hear this appeal if we choose not to. When I look at the amended building permit, I see nothing outside the four corners of this building that says that there's any further intrusion than what was permitted through our issuance of the special permit.
So that's not really like our purview, and we don't necessarily need to weigh in on that.
Right, I mean, there's no zoning code issue as far as I can see. I understand, Mr. Doman is unhappy with the house going up next door to him. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing new, no new zoning issue. And if, I just don't see how we start to take this up. I don't know, gentlemen, do you have any input?
I agree with you 100%.
I agree with you too, because it's not a zoning.
Yeah. Ladies?
Yep, that's my view as well.
All right, Christina, you think we have to have a roll call vote on this as well, or do we just decide? Maybe we could ask the town attorney. Is that possible? Christina, that we could ask?
Yeah. Hey, Phil, how are you?
Good. Hi, Stephen.
Hey, yes, it'd be good if you guys did a roll call vote in this instance.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, very good. So.
we're declining.
I'd like to make a motion that we decline to hear this appeal. William Johnston,
Yes. William Johnson, yes.
Thomas Grapiano, yes.
Lynn Colligan,
Yes.
Lisa Kreckler,
Yes.
Phil DiOrio votes yes. Okay, so we're not going to hear that appeal. And I think that's about the end of our business here today. Can I have a motion to close the meeting?
I'll make a motion to
I'll
close.
second it.
All in favor? Aye. Good night, everyone.
7:53.